Hey, I'm Ethan Becker, and I'm coming forward with the truth about how I feel, which is pretty rare. So I may be moving to Twitch to focus on like portfolio reviews for you, mainly stuff like that. And for now, I'm hanging up the jacket and the shades from fixing people's art and that type of vibe of a video. And I'm not joking, there's not going to be a twist at the end of the video. There's some very specific things that I want to talk about that this is kind of brought into the community. There's a recent video where I was fixing somebody's art and somebody left this comment. I don't know if you remember me, I commented on one of your videos talking about your mean acting was a bit frightening for me. We both knew it was my issue and I'm thankful you didn't take it personally. I still watch your videos because I know you're doing a very good job and I learned so much from you. This particular person realized that they misunderstood me and my sarcasm in my videos, but not everybody comes to that conclusion. That's what this whole video is about. This was a decision that I kind of had to make because I had to weigh the options. It's what all this is coming down to is, am I adding positivity to the community or am I adding negativity? And I realize that I am adding negativity to the community in some way. And honestly, that just doesn't sit right for me. So anyway, we're going to go through the list. First, we're going to go through the meanest comments that I can find on YouTube about me. Then we're going to go through the best, the nicest comments. And then finally, we're going to get to the top worst, absolute worst lolcow comments that I found like on the internet and stuff. I actually just got done shooting that section of the video and I can already tell you that it gets a bit racist. But the point of this video is going to be at the end. It'll all come together. Alright, here's an angry comment. None of your videos make me want to do art. It made me feel bad for the people you're shitting on and saying you're better than. You're right about some of these things, but it still comes down to you shitting on the little guy, and that bothers me a bit. Alright, so my whole problem is this thing right here. None of your videos make me want to do art. For some reason, I personally can't get past that. If one person says none of your videos make me want to do art, that just does not sit well with me. And now, as we know, there's a lot of people that don't understand sarcasm. They don't, and it kills me that I have to explain a joke, that I have to explain the whole joke of this. But the reality is that there's a lot of people that take more negativity than positivity from my videos, and that just bothers the frick out of me. I think this comment was said in a ZHC video, so thank you for saying that I'm shitting on the little guy. That's very kind of you. Okay, and this is just one comment. There are so many comments that are like this, and I realize that it's people from different cultures, people from different, maybe family upbringings that weren't raised with sarcasm and certain types of humor, or it could just be kids, people that are really young that just don't understand that. So it doesn't matter what my intent was, the end result is somebody's hurt in a negative way, or somebody is just pushed away from art. The exact opposite of what I want to happen. I really hate explaining these jokes, but does that mean that I'm not going to portray this attitude in the future? Not necessarily, I just felt like I had to make this video to try to explain this, because it bothers the heck of the frick out of me. Now I'm going to move on to some funny comments here. Ethan Becker showed these drawings in a video and I just really don't like them. I love a lot of these comments because they really focus on female body image and positivity with the female body image. It's really great, The women look like distended sausages. Upper right has a square-shaped brick tip. Wow. Body shaming. There are people shaped like this in real life. Are you really... That's just not tasteful. I like these little battles here. He drew white women like this too. He draws quite chunky thighs on male characters as well. Is it okay now? Boom! Boom! It still looks like shit. It's like someone tried to make a Google Doodle look sexy. I don't know what's going on here, but everybody remembers that. That was pretty fun. Knew she looked familiar, and it was the same bleeped out word that creepy redneck guy... Hey! Watch it! So how do you find registered religions again? I still want to know if Ethan's running a cult. Fucking weirdo. Moving on. You know what? Screw it. I don't even want to do the happy comments just yet. We're going to go straight to the top worst comments right now. So somebody posted these two images side by side, trying to compare me to some kind of Renaissance something other, saying that the detail in this thing is just not as good as my simplification. And granted, my drawing is definitely not that good. I was at experimental phase, okay? But the whole thing was they were just saying that I was a lot worse than that. This is one of my favorite comments right here. It's very sweet. You're viewing Becker in the wrong way. He has fans due to his personality, not his art. In fact, his art is so mediocre that if you browse his Insta comments, his own fans are always criticizing his art. And the majority of his attention is given to his social media challenges. Come up with better examples next time. Yeah, come up with better examples next time. High five. We got that one. Alright. Oh, you're into realism and rendering good phase. That'll pass, just stick with it. His personality is the only thing shittier than his art. Did you forget to mention that Ethan was a professional in the field of animations, not charcoal illustrations? I hate that Becker but the two mediums are incomparable. They're trying to do completely different things. Yeah, they're trying to do completely different things. Thank you. Up top. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? Ethan Becker is a pasty white guy who does nothing but draw. Every single post is a what? Is this some black fetish or white guilt? Also unrelated, but I hate when they try to force N-words into every fucking video game these days. Quit acting like you're so oppressed. Never said that. I'm just tired of seeing N-words everywhere. You do know who's pushing the N-words and white women specifically together, right? It's a group of people with big noses and small peepees. So at this point, I'm realizing that a lot of people who are criticizing my stuff, they're not that smart. So I've actually seen these type of comments for a while, and you know what? I ignored them for the longest time, and I thought maybe I should make a video about this. But then I thought it just showcases more negativity. But then I kind of realized that a lot of people don't think that this stuff happens. I don't need to tell people of color that this happens because they already know. But I think it's important to tell other people that this exists. There's a lot of people that think they don't see racism and they don't see this type of stuff. It exists. The funny thing is, I wouldn't have realized that this type of racism exists in the art community if I hadn't, consistently drawn darker skinned people. And I see this a lot in comments where people say that I have a black fetish. Let me explain something to you. This might come as a shock. Just because you have dark skin doesn't mean you're black. I got a confession to make. I don't like light skin. I don't like light skinned characters. I don't like the way that the color sits on the page. I grew up watching Avatar, and Sokka and Katara are just naturally darker skinned. Doesn't mean they're black. They're just from a different culture. That was always more interesting to me. There's no white guilt or fetish or whatever. All right, so I'm just going to take you out of your little baby world of America and just kind of hopefully help you realize that there's so many different more cultures out there. All right, some of the characters I draw are black. They're also Asian, the Hispanic, or whatever. There's a just complete mixed race. I'm not focusing on race. I'm just drawing what I want. All right, now I'm going to get to what the video is actually about. The whole reason I wanted to make this video, all the stuff I mentioned before, it was kind of just to contrast what I wanted this video to be about. And what is that? It is all of the positive comments. This is the crazy thing, is that we tend to focus on the negativity, the negative stuff, when in reality, those comments, that is like 0.01% of the comments that I get. The majority, the overwhelming majority is positive comments, and they always blow me away, and they push me forward to make more videos and make more content for you and try to help the majority of you to try to get better, at art. And I kid you not, that is my goal. Let's go through some of these happy comments. Hey man, on a real, your videos help me process my art so much. That type of comment feels great to me because there's so many people that don't understand my sense of humor and they think I'm being aggressive towards you. And that's disheartening. It really is. Cheers for your YouTube content. I've gotten so much out of it, and so much has been relatable, not to just my art, but to my life. That's what I'm talking about. I like this comment right here. Hey, you've been such a role model to me, Sarah. I don't know if you'll ever see this, because I'm sure there's a ton of people messaging you just like I do. And I do see them. I always see them. I just can't respond, because there's thousands. But I just wanted to open my heart. I've got serious about improving myself as soon as I met your videos. And I made up my mind about your future career. Very cute. I love that comment. That was very cute. Hello, I'm a Brazilian artist. I was lost in which art path to follow, but after watching your videos, I decided my goal is to get into animation industry as a storyboard artist. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I really want to focus on, is helping people realize there's other jobs that you can get other than, painting a pretty thing on a shoe or something. Hey, Ethan, want to go out on a date? Ethan Becker is always impressing me in a different video. Awesome teaching, so clear, informative, and fun. Very kind. Thank you for this. I feel like crying. I don't know if that's a good thing. Honestly, Ethan, if it wasn't for you and your community, I wouldn't have had the courage to break out of my own imposter syndrome. That means so much to me. It really does. Is this what it feels like to have a father? Whoa! Whoa! I don't have no kids. All right, I wanted to make this a point that a lot of people went through this similar process. Look at this. At first, I was mad because I like ZHC art. The title was irritating to me, but also then when I watched it, I understood. He wasn't being a hater, he was making a point, and I agree with his opinion.it. It was childish of me to jump to conclusions. Wow. That was a whole character arc in that one paragraph right there. I love this, and I want so many people to get on this level, There's actually people in my comment sections coming back months later and saying that they regret how they felt about my videos. just think that's interesting. Yeah, and this is what it's all coming back to. This is the cool thing about my community, is that whenever the people in my community see those type of comments, they'll jump in and say, hey, you realize that this is a joke, right? You don't need to take this so personally. Quit being so insecure. Gummy Boy says, Ethan doesn't even critique the people he talks about. He more so breaks down what they do using actual industry terminology while playing it up as an attack. If anything, you're being talked about in an Ethan video. It shows you're doing things right. Teaching. That's what you're doing in my comment section. You're teaching these children. Every Ethan video starts beef with everyone. Turns out it's wholesome, extremely educational. Very sweet. Very sweet. Why did it take me so long to realize these were compliments? I don't know. I don't know why it takes you so long. This is my first video here, and as a disliker of pretentious assholes, I was all ready to be mad. But then the video was actually hilarious and really positive. On this channel, him insulting you is actually the greatest compliment. Alright, so again, for me, the whole thing was, even if it's just a handful of people that say, you made me not want to do art, that hurts me. Alright, that's actually really hard for me to say out loud, because I want to keep doing the joke. What I think this means is that I'm not going to be going full force like that in the future. I'm going to be trying a different tactic, and I didn't want to just suddenly switch gears, and nobody really knows what's going on. Alright, so I want you to do two things. First thing is, go on a lolcow and just say a bunch of hurtful things about me. Just spread as many rumors as you can about me, and I'm going to review them in the future. Spread as much stuff as you can. Be as hurtful as possible. Alright, now I do want to review those in the future. And the second thing is, I want to know in the comments, are you actively watching other artist channels? It just feels to me personally that people aren't watching as many art YouTube videos as they have been in the past. I just felt like there was a surge of people watching art videos at one point in time, and now it's kind of died down. I want to try to understand, why are you not watching as many art videos as you used to? Is it because you've already heard the tips and tricks too much? Is it because you're watching longer form content? Or is it because you don't feel a personal connection to the artist on the other side of the screen? Let me know why in the comments section. And also, what are your fetishes? Do you have any fetishes?